Alrighty, so today we're going to be talking about why you should not be summoning for this new goddess Elizabeth, and why I, unfortunately, am going to summon for her. So first and foremost, if you don't know what the character does, she is the same name as the old goddess Elizabeth, so she shares the same costumes and everything. She has the same ultimate move, which is the sort of like puts on reflect, heals your teammates and everything like that, which is, it's okay, I guess, at higher levels. She does have an AoE Pierce card and an single target deplete ultimate move gauge card, which sounded like it was going to be perfect for Nidhogg, but unfortunately she does not work in demonic beast battles, which is really stupid because her passive is every time the hero uses a skill in PvE, increases the hero's increases basic stats of allies by 5% up to 2 times, which is 10%, and for 2 turns, and increases attack related stats of allies by 30% for 2 turns, which is really good. Like, the attack-related stats buff is pretty high. She basically is like a budget Kizuna, but not really budget-friendly because Kizuna was a free character that came out during the Shield Hero collab, so I understand she's a little bit more exclusive, but Kizuna does more than this. She even has debuff immunity that you can get really easily because of her passive and her, her blue buff card that she has. Whereas this character doesn't work in, the same stuff that she doesn't work in. So if you already have Kizuna, she's just a bad option. And even everybody is saying that the only good use that she has is OG Demon. And to be fair, in regular content, that is pretty much the only thing that she's going to be good for. But even then, she's not even that good for it because the OG Demon has passives that are anti-goddess race. So she's not even necessarily designed well for that. I genuinely think because she's already got a holy relic that is designed just for the blue goddess Elizabeth, because she doesn't have a blue card, like she doesn't have a goddess bless barrier or anything like that, she can't use this. I think that she's legitimately designed to help people get through Labyrinth. And that might sound like a stretch, but Labyrinth doesn't have holy relics. Labyrinth, if you remember, if you were playing for a while during the Shield Hero collab, which was, I think, technically Season 2 of the Labyrinth, it was incredibly easy because you could get Kizuna on turn 1. You could get these attack-related stat buffs. You could just use her to absolutely demolish the Labyrinth. It was super, super easy during that season because you started off with such a busted collab character because it was all collab themed. Obviously, this character isn't quite like Kizuna. You're not going to be able to rank up her cards or anything like that because of the passive that she has or anything like Kizuna does. But the attack-related stats buff is going to be really big. She works only in PvE content, so I legitimately think that that's their biggest reasoning. I think that they're just trying to make a character that is going to be good for Labyrinth, which I don't think it's any coincidence that people are already saying that this is going to be the hardest Labyrinth that we've had so far. A lot of the JP players who have already played it, I've seen a couple of runs of it already, and you don't get nearly as many passive stages to where you just get random passives. You don't get nearly as many character roles and stuff like that. So although the biggest thing that I can say that doesn't really equate to her being good for Labyrinth is that Labyrinth is very RNG based in the characters that you get. So unless there's just like a high chance that you can actually get this character during your Labyrinth runs, it's probably just going to be just as bad because you're not going to be able to roll her. But I think that that's basically the biggest use case that she's going to have, in my personal opinion. You can let me know what you think down in the comments below if you want to. But yeah, that is pretty much my reasoning that I want to get her, just in case. I do plan on messing around with the Labyrinth quite a bit. I would like to, clear out the exchange shop and everything for it. So having this character and potentially getting a good run where I can just use her to sort of farm the depths over and over again for the currency could be a really nice way to just blow through that, because it's already going to be super tedious. And if she makes it a lot easier, as scummy as it is that they would release a new game mode and then make a character that's only good for that game mode, which that's not really that surprising. They've done it in the past. It's a bit dumb. I don't like the fact that this character is so expensive. If you're unaware, she is a 600 banner, which is just awful. She's also considered a seasonal unit, so you're not going to be able to get her in normal banner lineups, only on seasonal banners. They're definitely trying to bait here a little bit before, I'm assuming, the collab is going to be coming out soon. I think if depending on, if you look at the the actual schedule that they've done banner-wise for the last year, the next banner should be like, it should line up exactly where they released the collaboration last year. I don't honestly know if it's going to work out the exact same or not, but there's a pretty high chance. So very, very big potential for a collab to come out next. They're trying to bait people out with some of these seasonal characters, of course. I highly recommend you skip this banner. It's not looking too good, and the JP players are already, talking smack about her, which is fair because she's honestly, not very impressive. So, genuinely, I just don't think that she's worth it. Even these characters really aren't that good. All of these old collab characters, or the old Halloween characters, are pretty bad. Slater's okay, but no one ever uses him, so you're not going to really be missing out on anything there. This is probably one of the worst characters in the game, if I had to be honest. This red Christmas Elaine is just terrible. Red Brunhild is pretty interesting. Red Wedding Deanne is also kind of bad. Blue Lilia, this is the Christmas Lilia. She is good, but at this point, I don't think that she's really that good anymore. I think that she's kind of fallen off. I think that catastrophes are just not really what you want them to be unless you just have them absolutely 100% invested into, like an entire team's worth, which is just not really worth it in my personal opinion. So getting her could be kind of nice in the long run, just to have her for any cases that you would want potentially, but not super good. This blue mono is pretty interesting, but she got a really bad holy relic, so it's not like it's, super crazy or anything. This blue Elaine is also kind of nice. She's another spring character, but unless you're planning on running Jelly King or something, it's just not it, man. I don't know what to say. The banner's really not good. A lot of people have said that this is an okay banner. I don't think it is, genuinely. It's just, there's not a whole lot of value here for actual players, because, I mean, even Red Brunhild is just not that good anymore. Like, she's good, don't get me wrong, but if you run the Ragnarok team right now, you're probably going to win maybe 50% of your games. Maybe. I'm not... obviously, it depends on how highly invested your characters are, of course, but it's not going to be a good time, I don't think. So either way, I will be doing live summons tonight whenever the banner does drop, so if you want to stop by and hang out, we'll definitely pull for the character. I do plan on trying to get her in a run on Labyrinth to test her out, to kind of see if my theory is correct and that she's going to help out a lot with it, but I guess that all just kind of depends on RNG. We will be messing around with Labyrinth right after the summons, so yeah, do feel free to stop by, but that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.